Real life, I just recorded the entire intro without a mic. Hi, welcome back to the mat with Sunshine. To start this video off, I would like to thank you guys for finally hitting the subscribe button and getting 100 subscribers. It means the world to me that all of you are supporting me and following along and finding some movement throughout your days. So thank you so much for your support. As a big thank you to all of you that are supporting me, I would like to do a giveaway. I'm still working on what I would like to give away, maybe a mat, baba bangles, whatever sounds like something you would actually use in your Pilates journey. I want you to leave a comment below and tell me what that is so that one of my lucky subscribers can get something so I can give back to you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting this journey, and let's get into our class. Today we are enjoying a beginner-friendly slow flow class. We will definitely be a little shaky, but in a very controlled and supported manner. Nothing is very intense today. We are keeping it cool and collected. So when you're ready, meet me laying down on your back. Once you're laying down on your back, let's start by finding some movement in the lumbar spine. As you inhale, can you find a little arch in the low spine, rolling the pelvis forward? As you exhale, we find a nice long flat spine by rolling the pelvis back. Inhale, tilting the pelvis forward, find a little gap underneath the low back. Exhale, rolling the spine flat. Just finding some gentle movement in the lumbar spine here. One more. Finding a neutral spine, you can let those arms reach out to the sides of your mat, nice and long, palms can be down. From here, glue the legs together and we'll start to let those legs fall from side to side. Inhale to one side, finding a little twist. Exhale as you come back through center. Inhale to the opposite side. Inhale as you find that twist. And exhale as the knees come back through center. Keep the legs glued together, so as you're twisting, only one foot should be on your mat. Maybe you pause on one side to deepen that stretch if that is what's feeling right for you today. When you come back through center, go ahead and extend your legs nice and long down your mat. We'll bring our hands behind our head, and I want you to arch your upper body to the top right corner of your mat. Then can you also walk your feet to the bottom right corner, finding a crescent moon shape in your body. Looking for a little side stretch all down the left side of your rib cage and maybe into that left hip. On your next exhale, arch to the top left corner of your mat, and then walk the feet to the bottom left, finding that little side stretch again. Big inhales through the nose. Exhale, just relax. On this next exhale, we'll come all the way back through center with the upper body. Release those hands from behind your head. Walk the feet down to the center of your mat. Can we reach one of those legs up to the ceiling here? Grabbing the back of your leg, I want you to find a little stretch here. Maybe start to point and flex the foot. Roll the ankle a few times. And we'll slowly set that leg all the way down to our mat And repeat on the opposite side. Lift the leg all the way up to the ceiling. Grabbing the back of your leg, we're finding a stretch here as we point and flex our foot. We can always find a soft bend in that long leg if that is more comfortable. Hey, leave those alone. Hey, dude. Okay, fine. Tear them down. You're no fun. We'll roll the ankle a few times. And slowly lower that foot all the way down to your mat. Perfect. Okay, we're staying down on our mat from here. I want you to take a nice deep inhale in through the nose. As you exhale, we're starting to flush out all that air. Gently pull the ribs down and together as we're finding a neutral spine here. And making the gap underneath our back a little bit smaller. Inhale, letting the ribs widen and separate. Exhale, we're pushing out all that air, starting to engage the core. Finding a neutral spine, making the gap underneath your back just a little bit smaller. Inhale to relax. We have one last one here. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, flush it all out. Perfect. Can we keep that core engaged here? Trying to find that neutral spine so our core is pulling in, you're pulling your ribs down to the front of your hips. Taking a big inhale to prepare. As you exhale, slowly start to lift one leg up to the ceiling. Keeping that neutral spine. As you inhale, we slowly lower the leg back down. Perfect. Holding that neutral spine. As you exhale, we lift one leg all the way up to the ceiling. As you inhale, float the leg back down to your mat. Nice and slow, finding that control. Exhale, we lift the leg. Pulling the ribs down and together. Inhale, we lower the leg. We're alternating those leg lifts. Use that exhale to help engage the core just a little bit more as you're lifting your leg here. Keeping the core pulled in, you're pulling the ribs down towards the front of your hips here. So sorry. Very last one. At the top, can you keep that leg up and bring your knee into your chest? Gently compressing the hip. I want you to lift your opposite leg to a little hover, keeping that neutral spine. Maybe you even imprint your spine into your mat this time. We're bringing our leg to a little hover, and from here we go into our single leg stretch. As you inhale, your legs switch. As you exhale, they switch back. Now we can send the legs a little higher up to the ceiling for less pressure on that core, or a little bit lower to keep that resistance in your core. Only using your hands at the very top for just a little squeeze of that knee coming into the chest. If you want this to be a little bit harder, go ahead and lift the head, neck, and chest up. We're finding that little abdominal curl and holding at the top. Scooping the belly, you're pulling your ribs down and together here. Whew. Inhale to one side, exhale to the other. Great job. We have 4. Last 3, 2. Last one here from side to side. Perfect. Go ahead and hug those knees into your chest. Lower that head down. Give yourself a gentle rock from side to side here. All right, that core is warmed up. place your hands to your kneecaps. We'll start to roll out our hips here. Letting the knees fall out and away from each other and coming back in. You can reverse directions. And we'll place our feet down onto our mat just in line with our hips. We are going into some bridges. So to start, I want your feet about hip distance apart. Hands are down on the sides of your mat, shoulders are relaxed. Pressing through your heels, I want you to think about rolling your pelvis back to start this movement, pulling the core in. We press through the heels, start to scoop the belly as we lift the tailbone from the mat. We roll the spine up. As you inhale, start to melt back down into your spine, moving bone by bone until your hips come all the way down. Exhale, we roll the pelvis back. Ow! What are you doing? If you have a needy cat like me, go ahead and just place them on your belly as you're going into your bridges, I guess. Or if you have a baby, great time to use your baby as a little extra weight. As you exhale, tilt the pelvis back, scoop the belly. We start to lift the hips up, squeezing the glutes. Inhale, we roll ourselves back down. Exhale, squeezing those glutes, lift the hips up nice and high. Inhale, we come back down. Are you done? Okay, cool. Inhale, we roll ourselves down. I want you to think about peeling your spine up off of your mat, moving bone by bone. At the top, I want you to inhale and melt back down into your mat. Perfect. Starting to warm up those glutes here. We're finding a squeeze at the top. And we roll back down until we relax to our mat. All right, on this last one, I want you to hold up at the top. Now a nice slow movement. We're lowering halfway to our mat and all the way up. Halfway down to our mat, all the way up. Keep your pelvis rolled back here so the front of your hips are lifting towards your ribs. You're pulling your ribs down to meet them. Perfect. We're keeping our back in a neutral position here so we can focus on our glutes, lifting our hips up and down and not stressing out our low back. Halfway down, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up. We have 4. Last 3. 2. Very last 1. You got this. All the way up. And all the way back down. All right, once we're all the way down, we step our feet nice and narrow there so your ankles are touching, your knees are touching, and your thighs are gently squeezing towards each other. Keeping your legs glued together. As you exhale, we roll the pelvis back, scooping the belly, squeeze the glutes as we lift our hips up. Inhale, we roll back down. Exhale up. Inhale, you're rolling back down. Now we're trying to keep our legs squeezing together so we start to warm up those inner thighs. Perfect. We can make this movement as small as we would like. Just try to keep your legs as close together as you can. You're focusing on those inner thighs, helping you as you lift your hips up. Great. Now we can stay here. If you would like to add a little extra spiciness, at the top of your bridge, you hold the hips up. Your knees press out, keep the feet flat. Squeeze the legs all the way together, then we roll ourselves back down. Perfect. Ready? We lift ourselves up with our exhale. Inhale, knees press out. Exhale, they come back together. Inhale, we lower the hips all the way back down. Got it? We're good? Okay. We're going nice and slow. We're moving with our breath, keeping those feet flat. So it's not a very big movement of your knees going out and in. Focus on that squeeze back in. Perfect. In 4, let's hold those hips up really high. Last 3. 2. On this next one, we hold our hips up nice and high. If we're not letting those knees go out and in, just hold up little pulse at the top. Otherwise, keep your hips up really still. We bring those knees out and in. Keep the feet flat and keep the hips lifted. Squeezing the core here. Great job. You have 3. Last 2. And 1, come all the way down. Whew. All right, can we roll over onto our left side here? When we lay down onto our left side, we are laying all the way down and using our arm as a pillow. You can have your arm as a little pillow or you can prop your head up, whichever is most comfortable for you. We're sending our legs all the way down our mat in line with the rest of our body here. And I want you to stack your hips as if you're lifting your waist away from your mat here, pulling your core in. So our pelvis is in a neutral position, tailbones pointing down to those feet, and our legs are long here. Top hand comes in front of you as a little extra support, keeping those legs straight. As you exhale, can we start to lift that top leg up? And inhale, we lower. As we're lifting our top leg up, I want you to focus on the side of your glute, lifting your leg up. Your knee is pointed forward the entire time here. Exhale, we lift. And inhale, we lower. Nice job. We have 4 here. Last 3. 2. Can we keep that spine really still? Very last one here. We hold at the top, little circles. Try to keep the rest of your body really still. You can always find a slight bend in that bottom knee to help stabilize. And we're gonna reverse directions of that circle. Core is pulling in, we have 3. Last 2. Last one, keep that leg nice and long. I want you to press your front hand into your mat. As you exhale, can you pull that top knee forward towards your elbow? Inhale, lengthen the leg, flex the foot, press the heel back slightly. Exhale, knee comes forward. Inhale, we lengthen the leg. Hips are trying to stay as still as possible. We're slightly pressing into our mat with our top hand to help stabilize here. Keep the leg lifted the entire time. If that head wants to be propped up, that is always okay. We have 4 here. Last 3. 2. All right, very last one. Can we keep that knee out in front of us? Little pulse up to the ceiling. It is slow and controlled. It's a few inches. We're not letting that leg drop all the way down. Whew. Keep those hips really still here. They're stacked on top. Whew. We have 4. Last 3. 2. And 1. Extend that leg long. Give that leg a little squish here. Whew. Can we roll onto our backs? Once you roll onto your back, we're going back into some bridges so we can work that right glute a little bit more. We lift our left heel, so we're on our left tiptoe, right foot stays flat. We're focusing on that right glute, and as you exhale, hips stay level, we roll the pelvis back, start to peel the spine up off your mat, going into a bridge. Inhale, we roll back down. Exhale, we press through that right glute, lifting the hips up high. Inhale, we roll back down. Perfect. We're pulling the core in. We're pulling those ribs down and together. squeezing the right glute and hamstring every time we lift our hips up to the ceiling, okay? We have 4 here. Last 3. Two. Very last one, and we'll start to add. We lift the hips up. Can we bring our left leg to tabletop? Reset those left toes, and we roll the spine back down. Exhale, we lift our hips up. Inhale, lift the leg to tabletop. Exhale, reset those toes. Inhale, roll back down. Perfect. We're moving slow here, focusing on controlling these movements. We're moving with intention instead of momentum here. Really squeezing the glute. I want you to focus on keeping your glute and your core activated at the top of your bridge. Let's do 3. Hips are staying level. 2. Last one. We have options here. We either hold at the top with our left foot down, little pulse of those hips, or lift the left foot up to tabletop, little pulse of those hips. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll all the way down. Whew. Go ahead and extend that left leg long. Reach your right leg up to the ceiling, find a little stretch. From here, let's go into our single leg straight stretch. Lift the left leg to a little hover, pull the core and neutral spine here. As you inhale, we switch those legs, and exhale, we switch back. Whew. Inhale to one side, and exhale to the other. Legs are staying long. We're using those hands just to find a little stretch at the top. Otherwise, the core is what is lifting those legs and lowering them back down with control. You can always add your abdominal curl here, pulling the belly button in towards that spine. Pull the ribs down to the front of your hips as you're lifting your shoulder blades up off of your mat if you're in that abdominal curl. We have 3. Last 2. Great job. One more from side to side. Find that little stretch at the top. And we'll hug those knees to the chest. Let that head lower down. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. And we'll roll all the way over onto our right side. When you lay down on your right side, you can have your arm go nice and long and use your arm like a pillow, or you can prop your head up, whichever is more comfortable for you. Your top hand is coming to the front of your mat for a little extra support. Press your top hip away from you, so we're finding that little gap of our waist away from our mat here. And you can always find a soft bend in your bottom knee just to help find that balance here. Keeping that core pulled in, toes are pointed, and as you exhale, start to lift your top leg to the ceiling. Inhale, it lowers back down. Exhale, little lift. Inhale, lowers back down. Whew. We're starting to feel that little burn. I want you to start to feel that little burn in the side of your glute every time you lift that leg up. In 3, we hold our leg up. And we'll go into some circles. Last 2. Perfect. This last one, we lift our leg up, hold the leg up, little circles. Finding that control. The rest of your body is trying to stay really still so we can squeeze the glute to make this little movement, not letting our hips help us. Go ahead and reverse directions here. Whew. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that leg lifted. Press your front hand into your mat for some extra support. As you exhale, pull your knee to your elbow. Inhale, lengthen the leg, flex the foot, try to press the leg back ever so slightly. Inhale, exhale, we find that bend. Inhale, extend, lift the waist away from your mat. Hips are staying really still here. Whew, nice job. Keep that leg lifted the entire time. We're not letting it touch the floor. Last 4. Can we keep that waist really still? 3, 2. Perfect. On this last one, we pull the knee forward. We hold the knee forward. It's a little tiny lift and lower. Finding that slow pulse here. Keeping the rest of the body really still. We have 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down. Whew. All right, we're gonna roll onto our backs again. Once we're laying down on our backs, those feet are just in line with your hips on your mat. We lift our right heel up off of our mat, so we're focusing on our left glute and hamstring this time. Arms are relaxed down next to you. Squeezing that left glute. As you exhale, we roll the pelvis back. Start to peel the spine up off of your mat, pulling the ribs down to the front of your hips. As you inhale, start to roll yourself back down. Exhale all the way up. Inhale all the way down. Now our right leg is helping us with some balance here, but try not to place much pressure into those right toes. Focusing on that left leg. You're killing it today. If this is your first class, I would like you to know I am so proud of you for being here and showing up for yourself. This one can really burn, and we are just focusing on powering through it. Go to your happy place. Maybe it's a mimosa with the girls, maybe a virgin margarita on the beach, whatever you're feeling. Whew. All right, we start to add. We lift the hips up nice and high, they hold. Bring your right leg to tabletop. Reset that right foot. We roll ourselves back down. Whew. All right, we lift, we lower, we lower. Nice. Exhale, lifting the hips. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, lower the leg. Inhale, lower those hips. Great job, we're finding that control. Pressing through that left glute and hamstring. We're getting shaky, and that is okay. We have 3 here, and we'll finish with that little pulse. Whew, last 2. Mine are getting a little bit smaller. Last 1. Can we hold at the top? You can either keep that right foot down for a little extra support as we pulse our hips, or bring that right leg to tabletop. Perfect. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. We roll ourselves down. Whew. Reach that right leg long, left leg up to the ceiling. Find that stretch. You know what we're doing. We're going into those single leg straight stretches. We pull the core in as we lift our right leg to a hover. As you inhale, switch those legs. Exhale, switching back. Inhale to one side, exhale to the other. We can always lift the head, neck, and chest up into our abdominal curl here if we want to add just a little bit more work for that core. We're pulling the ribs down and in. Whew. Nice job using those hands just at the top for a little stretch here. We have 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees to your chest. Lower the head down. Whew. Great job. From here, go ahead and sit yourself all the way up, however you would like. Let's meet on our hands and knees. Hands will be right underneath the shoulders, and knees are underneath your hips here. Starting with focusing on our core here. As you inhale, you can just relax. Maybe that spine finds a little tiny arch as you're relaxing. As you exhale, I want you to think about that low back lengthening out so we can pull our ribs in towards the front of our hips and lift our stomach slightly away from that mat. Press through those shoulders. Inhale, relax. Exhale, pulling that core in. The entire time, I want you to press through your shoulders as if you're lifting your chest away from your mat the entire time. So we're just focusing on that core here. Perfect. On this last exhale, can you flush it all out? Pull the ribs down and together. Can we keep that core engaged? I want you to think about you're pressing through your knees and pressing through your hands to lift yourself away from your mat, and your back is a little tabletop. Keeping your back really flat here, we lift one arm up over our head, up to the ceiling. Inhale, we lower it down. Exhale to the opposite side. We lift a hand and we lower it back down. Your thumb lifts all the way up to the ceiling and we reset. Keep that spine really flat. Whew. Starting to warm up those shoulders a little bit. Last one here. And when that hand resets, we repeat on those legs. One leg lengthens, long little lift. And we let that leg reset. Exhale to the opposite side. And inhale, we reset. Exhale, little lift. Inhale, we lower. Keep your hips nice and still here so they're not swaying from side to side. All right, can we start to add this together? As one of your legs is lifting, your opposite arm lengthens out over your head. Inhale, let everything else reset. Exhale, lift and lengthen. Inhale, reset. We're keeping our spine flat, core's pulling the ribs down and together the entire time. So they're coming in towards the front of your hips and pulling in towards that spine. We have 3. Last 2. On this last one, whatever side you're on, can you pause at the top? Press through the shoulder, press through that knee. Keep your hips in line. Little tiny lift up to the ceiling and drop an inch. Little lift to the ceiling and drop an inch. Can we keep that spine flat? So we're just squeezing the glute to make that little lift. You have 4. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Slowly lower everything down. We switch directly over to the other side. Keep that spine long. We lengthen, hold at the top. Little tiny lift and lower. Just a few inches here. The spine is staying really long. Core is pulling the stomach away from your mat. We have 4. Last 3. 2. And 1. Set everything down. Knees go wider than your hips. Press your hips back. We find our child's pose. Drop the chest. We'll start to roll ourselves all the way up. Come on to your hands and knees one more time here. As you inhale, reach one of those arms all the way up to the ceiling. Big twist, open the chest. Exhale, weave your arm under, threading the needle. Let yourself lower down to your shoulder to find a twist. You can always reach your opposite arm behind you to find a little bind if that feels good. Go ahead and reset that top hand if it's not on your mat. On your inhale, reach your arm all the way back up to the ceiling. Twisting, open that chest. Reset the hand. Same thing on the opposite arm. Inhale all the way up, open the chest. Exhale all the way down. Threading that needle. We'll stay down here. Your opposite arm can always reach behind you, finding a little bind if that feels good. If you removed your hand from your mat, just set it back down. As you inhale, reach your arm to the ceiling, big twist, opening that chest, and let the hand reset. Go ahead and just sit down onto your bottoms. We'll find a nice little butterfly stretch here. The soles of your feet come together, your knees are pressing wide. I want you to keep your spine tall here, and to deepen your stretch, tilt your pelvis forward and slight little hinge at your hips. Make sure you don't round your spine here. We're keeping that spine tall to deepen that stretch. Leaning ourselves forward. As we're here, maybe you start to roll your head around in a circle. And in the other direction. I want you to come all the way back up, just finding a seated position however you prefer. We'll roll the shoulders down and back and hold them back. From here, close down those eyes. Let your hands relax down onto your knees and your palms reach up to the ceiling. We're focusing on the breath. I want you to inhale through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. You're relaxing your body, relaxing the breath. Thanks for finding some movement with me today. Thank you again for supporting my channel and subscribing. I can't wait for this giveaway and I can't wait to see you on the mat again soon. Bye! Dude, stop eating my hair. Am I gonna have to kick you out? We're gonna have to fight right here? Hey, I need you. Don't be such a twat. Hey, you're really making it hard to film. I hope you know that. But you're so cute. I'm working here. I'm working. Come here. Come here. Okay. He's gonna keep trying to headbutt me. Sir, can you like not clean yourself right now? No. Oh. Thank you.
Like and subscribe.